Hi, I'm Brenda, Power Medicine Woman. And so, why am I on again? Because I was doing a watch party, and what happened, my computer completely froze up. I was talking to people as we're watching the video that I had done this morning. So hopefully, oh, gracious sakes. Okay, so this new way of doing things on the computer always makes me laugh. Okay, I went to go live, and it said that as I'm talking, it only went to, it's only to me. Now I've got it open to the public. I have no idea whether or not, if anybody can see that. That's going to be the tricky part. Ah, someone does see me. Okay, so I will start again. What happened was that I had done a show earlier, and but I was doing a watch party. I was watching the video, and I was commenting and talking to the people. Hi. And the next thing I know, someone popped on from my old neck of the woods in Michigan, and they paid for a reading, and I'm like, my computer just completely froze up, and I've lost everything. It was like, what do I do? How do I connect with this person that just paid me? So I'm hoping that they're able to get on here. I'm not sure how to, oh, it's invite friends. Maybe that'll do it. I just got to find her. So yeah, this was just a spontaneous thing to do. I hope she's on my list. It's been a while. Oh, that's not her. That's her. Let's see if I can find her. So I feel like it's important to honor those. Completely not what I was wearing this morning. And then, so I look rather odd with color. At least I think I do. So hopefully she will come on, and then, oh, there she is. Okay, Heather, hopefully you can hear me. The other was a replay, and I was just having a watch party and just happened to be there talking to you guys. And the next thing I know, my computer just went down. And talk about being upset by it. Yeah, well, maybe that's why I'm supposed to be on again, Tabitha. Who knows? And Demi, hey. So if any of you want a reading, then you can, it's 11:11. You can use my PayPal. We can do it that way. But I really want to honor Heather. So Heather, I see that you joined, but I'm not sure whether or not you hear me. And if you have, and you would like your reading, then I will set the timer, and then we can, do you have a specific question, Heather? Anything that you, I miss you too, Tabitha, sorry. You got me so trained. So as soon as I get connected with Heather, I know that there's a time lapse. Again, this was just a spontaneous thing, but anybody, if you want, I'm only doing, 11:11. If you want to do that, we can go that route. Okay, so let me just get my paper. Oh, thank goodness I brought it in. That's good. Heather, there she is. Cold reading, please. Okay, wonderful. I lost all connection, and I had to switch computers. That was weird. So it's okay. Oh, you missed my live today too. I will be on tomorrow night about this time. Oh, somebody's coming through that. There's a specific emotion. I haven't clicked timer on yet. Awkwardness. Somebody. Okay, so apparently we're starting. Woo. Somebody says, "Can you hear me? I'm in another dimension." It's a very echoey. It's not clear, but it's somewhat clear. They're learning something. So I don't know if you just recently lost somebody, but they're learning something, and they haven't quite figured out how to communicate with you. Does this make sense? Hopefully it does. There's a lot of ego dross that they still haven't gone through that needs to be cleansed for them, if that makes any sense. So Heather, if you can hear me, because there's something, I'm not sure what it is, this person, are you even connected with this person? I mean, do you know who I'm talking about? Because I really feel, wow, okay, oh, wow. There's a very sad feeling that's going through me. Something about sad I left. I'm so sorry. Yeah, they haven't even, they're going through, I can feel them going through the review stage or something. So how fresh was this person? I don't know. Wow. Okay. I normally have my one set of cards here. That's what I'm looking for. Heather, sweetheart, communicate, hun, if you can, please. Because if not, I'll find another track. This person seems to be very connected to you in some form, and it's not resonating with you. Wow. Okay. So I want to make sure that I'm going to shut the timer off. I only want somebody to come through that wants to talk to Heather. If that's the case, please respect the space. All right, so I'm going to set up the rules. Candles lit. Everything's happening again. Heather, we're going to start over, sweetheart, because if that's not for you, this is somebody that just passed, and I don't want it to hijack your reading, okay? So let's start this again. You said you wanted to cold read, and now that the parameters are set up and the angels are helping, there's a lot of indifference feeling. It's like you've had to use this as a coping tool. And when you use this as a coping tool, it really had shut down with certain connections. I mean, because I see a happy person, always positive thinking, always manifesting, always, but there's like something that you feel like something's missing or something. There's a weird feeling right here. And they said that you've had to put your foot down on a couple things. Now, what's funny is that I can feel this is you, but I feel this is not you. Do you feel like there's a part of you that's you don't want to be, or that you need to transform out? Did you have I don't know what this is. Normally on this side is, that all resonates. Okay. Hopefully this next part resonates. I feel like a baby, whether it's an animal or whatever, but something that's very young. And it's very young. And it is, it hasn't had time to mature. It hasn't had time. And this could be, I'm going to ask, is it an idea? No. Person? No. Oh, so there's a part of you that just opened up to something, whether it's a gift or whatever it is, but it hasn't got a chance to get your attention fully. So you have a gift that are you aware that you're waking up to a particular gift? Because it says it's not getting protected. It's, what do you mean? What do I mean? Her future self. Your future self is come here. Okay, so I can hear the older part of you come here. And what it's doing is looking back. It's okay. Well, that's interesting. Okay, so what's happening is like how we look back at our younger self. Your older self is looking back. Oh, good. You know you're in transition. Well, your older self is looking back and saying, wow, did you hear that? It's in the voice. So it's about the communication. Yes. Oh, okay. Communicating with yourself, communicating with others, communicating with the other side, communicating with what? My thoughts. Communicate. Oh, so there is a particular part of you that you got to let go of? No, you have to discover. Okay, can you help us discover what it is? You're run by guilt. Now, again, I see you as this happy, wonderful, go-lucky person that's marvelous. I mean, it's a very beautiful energy. A lot of pinks, a lot of purples, a lot of blues. You're moving, you've got crystals, everything's happening. But all of a sudden, as I'm looking, now this guilt, okay, you're driven by guilt? No. You're controlled by guilt. All right, give me a little bit more about it. You lives through others. Why? Do you have it? No. This is really her? Does guilt play a part in your world? Because they are, oh, here comes the spirits heavier. So somebody just popped on, and what do you think? Do you communicate with angels? Because you have this young part of you that wants to develop, and you have this other part of you that is getting ready to transition out. Okay, these are different parts that no longer serve, but yet energy is, so what's the dance? The dance is the large intestine, the liver. Tell me the story. You just feel indifference, okay? And it goes to make me feel like shit. So make me feel like shit and indifference. Ooh, okay, now it's really coming up, and they're saying it. A lot of emotion, because usually burps and things like this have a lot of emotion that's being stored. Is it just being indifference? Do you understand? Indifference is an emotion. And when it gets trapped into the body, it's like any other emotion. All of a sudden, my hand wanted to start shaking. Okay, I've heard in the past. Okay, guess what? Anything that did not get resolved out just gets stored as a program in the body, and you have to heal your roots. Okay, it's so important to heal your roots. They're saying in order for you to really take that next part, especially to this baby here, this part of you, this little flame that wants to grow, it's got no room. Now, how I would do it would be with hope therapy. You got 5 minutes. If you wanted to do hope therapy, I can show you the moves, and you can hold it, or you can listen, and then you can connect with me later. But hope therapy is very simple. We're using the pulse points on the wrist. I know you know a lot of stuff, so you may understand this. And then we're going to be holding certain points while you're thinking about it. You may have to get a definition of what indifference is. And you already know what it is about making a person feel like shit. You feel that way sometimes, and it's guilt driven. So there's something there that's really affecting you. How do you heal the roots? Okay. Again, I'll give you this tool, but you got to understand there's layers. So what I would have you first do would be R1S and then R2D. And R1S is right wrist, first position, and you hold your thumb right there, nice and soft. Bring your index into the palm, wrap around, and then you hold it like this. You want to make sure you're touching this part, the hairline, and this part. This is your emotions. This is a process of chemical peptides, and this brings up the blood back into your forebrain so that you can create reality again. So when you're holding on like this, you need to be allowing yourself, oh my God, there's a dog here. You need to be holding that and thinking, get the emotions up and amp and ramp yourself to really get those experiences, the emotions, and you stay there and your thought pattern will just go. Your emotions will go. As you're in this position, that everything just, the chemical peptides start to resolve down. Okay, and start to burn them out. You start getting rid of the dross. What happens next is then the thought patterns slow way down so that you can begin to think again, feel again, and you're just like, oh, it's like, where did it go? I mean, I knew it so well. And we've got to make sure it's gone. So again, you define what indifference is, find the keywords, even if you think you know it. The other point that I'm going to tell you to hold is L2D. So after you're done with that, and you feel like it's down, now sometimes people only can get it down to 3. This is why I highly recommend that people pay me for a session so I can tell you, because I can feel exactly where you're at. If you finished, if you need to continue, if you need a new word. But you continue on, I want you to be able to hold to the next point, which is L2D, which is left wrist in the second position. So we go 1, 2, 3. Second position, put your thumb in deep, okay? Means soft and then deep. But in L2D, it's left wrist, second position, deep. Put your finger here, go like this. Now, when you're thinking of this one, you can feel the exertion of power that makes you feel like shit. You can actually literally feel it. Okay, yeah, Heather, you don't need to be alone. You're a wonderful woman. I haven't seen you in years, but that doesn't mean that we don't really know. Oh, sweetheart. But anyways, do those healings, okay? It's so important to do that. Hold on to the position, because usually when it gets down to 3, it'll feel like it's gone, but then you have to really go in and check with yourself if you're going to do this by yourself. There could be another layer. I'm looking. They said that make sure you also focus on indifference, okay? And they said that if you really wanted to kick it out of the park, they're there. They're there to help you. And any guide you have is to hold R1D. Oh, R1D, because is it invading? Do you want her to roll that out? No, you can help her with that. Okay, so R1D is right wrist, first position, nice and deep. Remember, we had soft, and now we have deep, okay? And that is, now you're going to be thinking indifference and how it becomes, it helps you cover up the grief. It helps you it's not care, but those people that used to drain you, there was no tool before, and now there is, but because they would drain you or they would redirect you, you would end up using indifference to survive. Hopefully that makes sense to you. And sometimes you're driven by awkwardness. But again, you can think of those awkwardness as you hold those points. Combine the emotions as you hold those points. But get the thoughts, get the picture, get the emotion, get the story, get it amped and ramped. You want a nice big fat 10. Then when you're holding those points, you want to feel it go down. Give it a color. Also, when you're there, notice which way your eyes are looking, to the left or the right, up, middle, down, because you're holding pictures, you're holding sounds, the self-talk or feeling. And if you really stare it down and switch eyes, again, you can do this yourself, but I can really help you make a big difference by getting, by guiding you. Okay, Heather, I hope you enjoyed that reading, and, heal away, girl. You don't need to be in that feeling. So, this was a spontaneous jump on because Heather paid me, and I thought, sure, why not? I mean, so, if anybody wants any readings, again, right now I'm only taking the paid ones. Tomorrow night I'll be on. We usually share or stuff like this. You're welcome, Heather. So we can play it, I'll give you a few more minutes. I'll give you a game. And the game is 1 through 50. And you pick as soon as I write it down, and you pick the number you think that I have in my head or on my piece of paper. And I'll let Spirit pick it. All right, people. I have wrote it down. You'd be more than welcome to, like I said, this is a spontaneous thing. More than welcome to guess away. And as soon as somebody guesses the number, I will give you a 5-minute free read. Okay? And a lot of times when people start sharing, I will not only thank you, but I'll also give you a higher self card read which is I give you one card, you know, I look on your page and see that it's there, and then I put the information down. Yeah, there's the guessing. That's what we want. And I'll double check to see if anybody else has done any other pain or anything. No. I was thinking what I'm going to do is I'm going to think I'll make a video. And it'll be guess what's in the box. And you can start using your abilities and to move forward. No, nobody's got it yet. Oh, stop. Robin Schultz. Robin Schultz, you said 2. Let's see if I can you see it? It's a 2. So Robin Schultz, you did it. So, Robin, you get a 5-minute read. Okay. I know there's a delay, but Robin, you won, hon. You have a 2. You said 2. We got 2. Okay. That is so weird how the delay. So, Robin, once you hear me and you know that you won, just let me know when you're ready. You know, I wonder, since it's a delay, does my lips actually move with my, or the voice comes hopefully correctly with my thing, or my voice, my face, whatever. Robin, stop guessing, dear. You got it. Yeah. Yeah, you know, this was a spontaneous thing. And a 2. Okay, so Robin, I'll give you 5 minutes. Where are you? Ah, there you are. Cold read, please. Okay. What am I looking at? Oreo cookies. You guys get Oreo cookies over here in Australia? Oh, good. My lips move. That was what I was worried about. Oreo cookies. What do I got? A plate of cookies in my face? A plate of Oreo cookies. Well, make them go away. And okay, what do you want them for? What do you want me to tell me about them? Tell me about it. What is it? So it's interesting because they say that with the cookies, it's about not having unrequited love. It's about how those cookies don't love you back. Are the cookies a metaphor? Oh, good. For what though? Are you in a diet or something? Because it just says, well, there's an agenda. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So you're suppressing something. What are we suppressing? A habit. So are you suppressing eating Oreo cookies? Because if this is the case, this is what they're telling me, is that the reason you would eat a snack or a Oreo, you have a memory of attached to something that's good, that's sweet, but you're taught that it's unhealthy. But what it is that, you know, like for instance, you'll think, oh God, I'm hungry. And not really, your body's just saying it's thirsty. When you want to eat something, your body's saying, but I want that unrequited love. I want that, I want that. And so you can find it in things, which is in this case, you found love, unrequited love. You found love from that. So there's something that in your life you're not getting that love. And so whatever it is that you're choosing Okay, so if you're saying no to that, then understand you're going to have to heal that you don't get this unrequited love from your environment, from your people, from whoever. Or, and it could be somebody that's passed. It could be somebody you're living with. And, apparently you feel very inadequate around this person. So when you think of a habit, is it a habit that do you believe you don't get unrequited love, that a person don't love you back the way that you would like them to love you? Is that true? Okay. Food is your comforter. That's the habit, whatever it is, good or bad, but they were just showing you through cookies. Doesn't mean you have to eat cookies. Biscuits, yes, cake and biscuits. Okay, they love you. It is your association. Somebody's having an interesting breathing. But they're saying that this person that has issues of breathing is alive. They're not past. So do you have somebody in your life that has breathing issues? Do you get love from him? I think we've had this. No, wait. I don't. I think that's true. You don't. The way that, because the picture they're showing me is that even if he did, you can be in a relationship and still be quite alone because the person may be going through something. And my mother was doing her best to take care of us, but her son died. And because my brother died, I could not feel my mother in her body. I could not feel. She was somewhere else, and she's trying to do the mom thing. So sometimes people get caught up in their world of whatever it is, and when that occurs, they can't really be there for the person the way that they want to, or they don't know how to anymore. Times have changed. Things have happened. So understand that they're saying that you do get love, but notice how you're getting love. Okay? And I would have to say, if you're going to heal, I would definitely say that you'd want to heal so that you can feel love again, is that you need to heal that you felt betrayed. Okay? You felt betrayed. And betrayed does not mean that somebody else has to go out with another person. You can feel betrayed as simple as somebody's given devotion to something else. I had an ex that loved his computer. And it's like, Okay, Robin, I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to double check again because if somebody's paid, I'm going to look real quick. Okay, that's good. Now, I will be on tomorrow night. And for those that are looking for a free read, understand that when you share this, Lenore's usually with me. And what will happen is that she'll see your name. You can say shared so that we can look quicker instead of guessing. And then your name goes into the hope chest. Then when the hope chest, we get enough, and then what happens is that, see, Lenore's got a box, I got a box. Then we draw from it, and then I draw 3 particular, not all at once. And there's the 7, 7, 10. But then there's people that really just want a close information connection, so I do have expedites, but people prefer, a sale. So I say 11.11, and usually people have $11. Oh, Robin, his son and grandkids come before me. Okay, that's a betrayal. Okay, simple enough. There's this feeling. Wow, he really has. Did you say? Yeah, I think you told me that he's dying, right? Sorry to say that, but I think that's what you told me. If that's the case, just real quick, it's hard to. How do you want to put it? It's hard All right, tell me again. To connect, because there's such an inadequate, this form of relationship over time, now it's not really, it's not the same as in the beginning. And so now there's just this inadequacy that happens to be in there. And if that's the case, it's actually helped you to some degree to let go. If that makes sense. Okay. So I appreciate you all being here. Like I said, this was a very spontaneous thing. And it was because somebody paid me reading. So I'm like, oh no. So I went live. Oh, it was good to connect with all of you again. It really is. And if you shared, then I will be looking and I will be thanking you, of course. So I'll be here tomorrow night about 9:30. So right now it's about 10:30 in South Australia. So I really, they don't want to let you go. They really want to. They really love you guys so much. I am still the person. I don't know if they're still here or not, but there was a spontaneous death, and the card that he says, may I just please? And so again, hopefully you watch it, but it says, I always give you a goodnight kiss. So regardless if you believe it or not, regardless if he can get close or not, he is giving you kisses, whether it's in his heart or his mind, he's doing it. I've always told my kids, no matter what, if you can't find me in my present, always look in your heart and your mind. And I'll be there one way or the other. So, yes, I love you all. Thank you very much. There's more people popping on. That's beautiful, but I'll be here tomorrow night. And yes, that's the website. You have to put .com at the end of it. BPowerMW. So if you're going to go to my website, it's bpowermw.weebly.com. If you're going to use PayPal, then it's bpower.mw@doctor.com. If that makes sense. Okay. So yeah, so when you all allow yourself to share, let us know. Certain events, it's very hard to see. Oh, did I lose you? I hope I didn't. This whole format's different too, because they have an invite friends at the bottom, which I didn't have before. When I went to review it, I couldn't review it and have. Well, if he needs a reading, then you can come up with $11 or wait until tomorrow night. What am I holding on for? What we're trying to do is trying to figure out what the heck's going on here, because it should be showing. Facebook changed their pattern again. Really? Well, once I get off, I will tell if you shared, and then I can give you a. Why is it not showing? This just disturbs me when this happens. We're just going to have to trust that you shared, because you got to tell us. And then we're going to go from there. So we'll figure out all the little details now that Facebook's changed stuff again. Lovely. All right. So I'm just asking Spirit if it's good to go. People on the other side are going to have to let go, because they really want to talk to you, but there's rules, and we're not doing any body jumping. We're not going to do that at all. Well, this is just, okay, it's not letting go. See, I'm not getting paid to do these readings when I do them. So one thing is for sure is you got to pay it forward if I do certain readings, because it's the karma has to come to balance. And this is why I'm hesitant, because sometimes when karma don't balance, it throws things off. Yeah, it just throws everything off. Now, Lenny, if you're here, that's a good question. Who are they here for? Yeah, they're just not letting go. How many? There's 4 groups. So they must get live video on the other side too. 4 groups to deal with how many people that are here? 4 people. Really? Well, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? Because it has to be balanced, because I'm not throwing my life out of gear. Agenda, whose agenda? Somebody's very worried. Isn't everybody worried? Okay, Lenore, what I'm going to have you do is that from this point forward, you're going to go up and look. And everybody that before this last comment where I see Heather says, name them. See, Spirit's telling me to do this, so no more sharing after this part. Lenore's going to go up and then check and see how many people have shared. And then you're going to take and report back to me, because I think I know what's going on. The spirits know. This is like a big, huge auditorium in the back. There's animals over here. There's angels over here. What? Somebody is very much afraid of being a reproach. That means you approach somebody and they don't want to approach people because they don't want to be yelled at and screamed at. Okay, yes, yeah, it's a different format. They're very much aware of that too. That's why they're coming in a different way. So are you not able to get, is your loved one here? If so, then fine, stay. If your loved one's not here, then please, I know you know that they're here or not. What? Who has a confusion? Did somebody lose somebody I'll say lost. Oh, well, I have a paid reading. I'll take care of this while Lenny does what she needs to do. Heather, what do you mean that you have a fear that? Somebody was in the pouring rain. Somebody was electrocuted. Hold on. Wow. They are really, I don't know if they died of not being able to breathe. I'm going to take, yeah, they have a fear of being yelled at. Yes, Heather, yes. Because literally it's stopping them. They can't approach. They just, I don't have my water here. I got my inhaler. But holy moly. Wow. Okay, so, I can't even talk. Robin, are you here, honey? Come here. Robin, are you here? Anything specific, Robin? Or Robin? Yeah, Robin Beer. Oh, I keep forgetting. Got to say the last name too. Well, isn't that the same person? Beer is that Schultz? Wait, did you get your reading? Oh, now they're coming through and they're really confusing me. Just send 11 if any of them are for me, please. Oh. So, okay. Who's on point? All right, someone out there is very sad and they're not communicating. So, Robin. So this is all about that? Robin. So you paid, honey, and it's very interesting what they did or what they're doing. Even though there's 4 groups of people, and they say 4 different people, we're going, once she's done with this, they've also decided to, they apparently, everybody talks to everybody over there, especially when they're in this crowd. Now all of a sudden I see hear Schultz Brewery. Sorry, that's my own laughter. All right, just go ahead and say it. All right, you pick up the energy of other people. You're easily influenced. You may not think that you're easily influenced, but let me tell you how this is. They're saying that they can witness when other people have, and you have one person right here. They're standing off to the side, but that's why they're communicating with these other people. They're touching my hand, but they won't come forward. You'll be sitting there, and all of a sudden, you feel the urge to want to do something. But without realizing it, it's not your urge. There's a party that's so caught up in this is their story, this is how they want things, this is the way it's going to be. You have to remember, this is your identity. You have been in this space with these kind of people for such a long time that the transition of identity from what you know to who you are, you think it might be easy, but in some cases it may not, because if you ever have lost your identity, I mean, you will feel, you'll spiral. It's like when a person retires from work and they don't go to work anymore. And what are they supposed to do? And trying to find their bearings, trying to find, and what they're doing is they're looking for their identity. I think you have taken care of somebody for so long that as they drift out of your life, it's not going to be just an emptiness syndrome. It's not just going to be that, it's just your identity. They are saying, and now what's interesting is these 4 groups behind me are saying yes. Yes, now this person here that won't reveal themselves, know that you're going to be just fine. Because you do have an outlet. But it's those quiet times when they see you sitting in, I don't know if it's a rocking chair or what kind of chair it is, but there's a chair, but it's like an older style chair. And they're saying that when you're sitting there, your thoughts drift. And with your thoughts drifting, when Spirit comes through, I never remember as Brenda, what we talked about. My question is, did we talk just a while ago in the party? And did you say that you worried about an aneurysm? Yeah, and the thing is we got to stop having you put yourself last. And by we, they're talking about them, you, and me. Apparently, I'm in the equation. So, are you worried about that? Were you the one I was talking to? He feels like a dad, okay, but he won't show himself. I think he feels ashamed of something, and he's afraid that it's not that he'd be afraid, but he's trying to show something that he'd be misunderstood. It's not. You have a rocker recliner, okay. Your thoughts. Again, are you the one I talked to just earlier about this? Okay. So as soon as you say yes, then we can do a little healing because you paid for it. And I will give you that time. Okay? Okay, so she says kidneys for hubby. This is about, they're highly worried about you because of, I guess, the emotional patterns that they are picking up. I see a little dog. I hear the little toenails onto the linoleum. They said if I don't, I got to know, is it you? Because they're starting to shut me down. They said that there's a heart wall. Okay, so she says his treatment by mom didn't stand up to. Do you know what I'm referring to earlier when I was doing the watch party? Were you on there talking to me about somebody that had an aneurysm? Yes or no? Okay, just letting you know. Just want you to know. They're putting me on hold, so we're just going to since they put me on hold, it's not fair to you. So we just have to wait a second, and I need to, okay, so as I'm looking through, I'm looking for all those that shared. So we have a Beth Williams, a Jenny Brown. That's what I'm going to put. I'm going to put Jenny and C and a Beth Williams. I have a feeling that somebody's left now. Okay, so as we look, now I'm not asking anybody to share right now. What I'm doing, what I have to find out is why these people are here. They want to help. They want to help Robin, but they also are looking for somebody that just had a death recently. Oh, it won't let me scroll up any higher. Okay, so maybe that's it. We'll see you later, Tabitha. Lost 3 dogs. So what's the confusion here? What you are here for her? Oh, I know who that person is behind me. Is Sam here? Samantha, are you still here? I don't think she is. But anyway, let's finish this reading, dear. Yep, they're rehooking me back up. Now that they got me hooked back up, they say that's those thoughts again. You may not even be aware. Okay, do you fear future? Okay, there's something about the future, and when you sit in that chair, you can't help but to think about the past. And you have a particular emotion that had struck you so deeply when you were 4 years old that it left a mark. They said that you're in a upcoming past switch, so that means you're getting rearranged. People, loved ones, animals, they're going to be either move with you or they move out of your life so that you can move in the direction. It's been a long time coming. Joy is the next phase of where you're supposed to be, but it's hard to have trust and faith, which makes sense, okay? Because a past switch can be very scary. Now, they're going on and they're saying that there's a feeling of just so-so that doesn't allow you to feel motivated. That's not yours. You have a lot of emotions that are not yours. You're not connecting with this, but at the same time, like I had a client the other day that I don't talk negative, and then yet she walked away and she started talking very negative to her husband as a way of just communicating. And they were just responses. But yet they left an emotion onto her. So when she came and sat back down, I said, you have to understand what you just did. She says, that's not negativity. That's just, and then she said, I says, no, pay attention. Just because you label it is that it's okay. Your body still labels it as something. So it's like a dross. Okay, it's such a strange feeling, Robin. When you go to approach him, and you know who I'm talking about, is he crabby? I mean, he's sick. He probably is crabby. Is he angry? You need to protect yourself just a little bit more. Okay? I think your dogs are here. Because, good God, they just want to keep touching certain parts of me. Anyway, you need to protect yourself because you're absorbing instead of observing. You're in the space that the environment is so, you're that's a long time. And when a person takes care of somebody for 8 years, you can begin to lose your identity because you got to start thinking for them. You have to start thinking like them. Does this make sense? Because of the fact that you've had to do this, there will be a buildup inside of you. And what I want you to do is remember to just start pushing your forehead in and your belly button in at the same time. Push in and lift up. Oh, he likes to be right, so he's very much a egotistical, yeah. That hurts. I mean, so just holding that in and breathing, we need to get your egg, we got to get that energy, and what he thinks and does can start bouncing off of you. You really need to heal those layers so that you don't have to keep taking that on. You're not the punching bag. Okay, yes, you're an empath, and I definitely think that this is what it is. See, and this here is so important to do because when you're holding that in, especially when you're breathing, you exaggerate the breathing, and you bring air to your stomach and then back up, you're allowing yourself to change you put more oxygen in the body. The energy starts to support each other. Your egg supports around you. And Yes, honey, we got to get that fixed. She just said, I'm dead inside. Really need to get that fixed. We can heal that dead out. We can heal that out. We may have to have some private sessions. First things first. And I want you to just start putting your hand on your forehead. Do it this way. Do it as often as you can, especially in the middle of thinking. Do it until your thinking changes. If we can get you to get the blood back into your brain and help you think differently, even if you haven't really taken out the roots, you're going to be so much farther along in your path than a person that doesn't. Okay? All right. Jennifer, I put something on your wall. Can you remember what it was? Did you see it? If you can remind me what it was. You just popped in to say hello? Just one thing. 1 second, okay? Don't just leave yet, Jennifer. I know it's too fresh. But just wait. This may not make sense to you now, may later. The card that she just pulled said, this is the one you want? Remember, she's going through life review, which means she's going to be looking at how you receive certain things. So the card says, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Okay. Yeah, and so there's a part that she feels is very important to, really express that, because it's like, whoa, And she says, no matter where you are in the deepest part of your sadness, it is that you are never alone. Okay? All right? Just know that it's really busy. She made it. Let's just put it that way so that you don't have to worry. She says, don't worry about cleaning up that mess. Just wait. Just chill. Just wait. Okay. Now, like I said, I can't go back and look, but I know that I wrote down 2 names. Good. I'm so glad you do. It's a lot of love. A lot of love. Jenny and Beth, I need you 2 to step up. I need you to step up and let me feel you. Share with me. And I know you wrote something, but my computer doesn't go back very far. And you have my attention now. Because Beth said a partner 9 weeks ago. Yeah. Okay. And the other person, auntie and a friend's mom died. Okay. They're over here. I'm going to give you the floor since you're not letting it go, and I need to be able to hang up soon. So I'm sorry. Okay. So there's, how about if you're repeating yourself? How about if you draw a card? Okay. Yeah. Yeah. It can be that simple. I know you can't do it. Just tell me when to stop then. Stop. Now I have no pain. And that can be physical, mental, emotional. Okay? This is for Beth. Okay? I have no pain. All right, one more. Where is it? Okay, this one? Um, he's unable to come clear, but clear enough. So again, yeah, you can try to flick it, or just tell me when to stop. Stop. The card that he chosen, it was letting go. I mean, it probably speaks for itself, but you're being challenged to change your point of view and recognize that the particular relationship has run its course. Wow, that's a dramatic. You chose this deck, okay. Okay. Although you might be afraid to let go, the universe has a new opportunity for you, which will allow you to experience the kind of passion and satisfaction you have always dreamed of. It may feel like it's hard, but the universe is realigning, okay? He just whispered that he had to go because he quite was not in the alignment with this new energy. He was not quite ready to experience something like this. And his soul knew, he didn't know. Saying goodbye is never easy and can make you feel like you are a failure. You must not allow yourself to be persuaded by other people or your own doubts to keep holding on. When it comes to death, when it comes to, was it sudden? I can't remember. Because he says that you have to watch out for other people's agenda while you're going through your pain process. Because sometimes people just, and he's showing one particular person that he is, he wants you to let go for you. But this person is like, I don't know if I want to say they're feeding off of you, or they're relishing in their brightness or their smartness or their need for being needed. I know that sounds like a strange set of words to put together. Okay. But they're saying just be careful of this particular person, because he feels that the best interest is not really for you. It's like, I watched this movie one time, and it was, okay. I watched this movie one time, and this woman had died, and she had to collect tears. If she could collect 3 tears of people that loved her, then she could live again, because she was in a coma. So she goes around, and the guy that what do you call it? The Reaper. He called himself something else. I'll check on that. Very young, I'm assuming it's the first one you said. No. Do you have a girlfriend? So-called friend? You'll know them based on their pattern. And their pattern is not really always the best for you, but it's like, it's like the glory they get. I don't know how to explain that. But anyways, the person, he told her to collect them. So she starts to go to collect them, and she gets to jump into this other woman's body and communicate. She goes around, and everybody was crying over her being in a coma, but nobody was crying for her because they loved her. It was, oh, I wish I could have done more. But they were thinking of themselves. And the 3 people that she thought for sure loved her, it was all about them. So be very careful, because it's about them. And so you won't be able to process your emotions the way that you need to. Does this make sense? He says, watch the dogma, watch that dogma, that constant dogma. He's got to go. He's got to go. But he's thanking me because I wouldn't. Yeah, well. Anyways, now the other one. Leave my throat alone. Jenny, what do you want? Why are you touching my throat? Because it's hard to talk. The excitement. Oh, I got it. I got it. Be very careful of be very careful of the I feel it could be that one friend, Beth. But anyway, Jenny, you still here? Be very careful of indifference. Yes, Jenny Brown. Sorry. Oh God, I hope I didn't hurt anybody else's feelings. There's a lot. Yes, female Beth. There's a lot of, or has a lot of feminine quality. Let's put it that way, Beth. Wow. I don't know what's happening with this, but there's indifference. I'm going to ask, are you trying to tell me of what she's going on? No. Are you trying to tell me what she's witnessing? Did people not cry? Did people not cry at this situation? There's so much insecurity about, and not you, so much insecurity of the time of this event. Okay, so your mom's passed? Because I'm just feeling that there wasn't a lot of crying, that there was something that you didn't expect of someone or some people's behavior. I went to a funeral. I was so shocked because the person that died, we all loved her. But not one damn person cried but me. And I was like, whoa, now go to her husband's funeral and everybody was there crying. Okay. This woman is standing here and I'm asking, are you the mom? No. Are you the aunt? Yes. When you say indifference, are you saying there's people that were acting a certain way but she says she doesn't connect with that? Because she has a heart wall. Okay, what is her heart wall then? Irrational thinking. You don't want to communicate with certain things. Okay, just to let you know that even if I asked if this is the mother, there is like a female that acts like a mother figure. How's that for you? But there's two distinct women here. The heart wall. So you're saying that to protect herself, who? Her. So is this reading for your mom or for you? That might clarify a lot of things because I'm not quite getting what she's saying. And your mom's alive, and you said anything regarding my mom. So let's just look at it this way. Okay. So you have to answer that for me, if by chance. Oh, good Lord. Don't make my machine screw up. Okay. Yes, asking about my mom. My mom is hard. This reading's for you, but it's about your mother that's alive. Okay. I've got so much energy running through my head that I need to make sure I'm clarifying this correctly. Because the urgency of these loved ones, this aunt, is trying to say, because again, I couldn't go until these people have let go. And there's somebody that's not letting go. And the aunt is saying that the way that people were acting, it was just a very indifference. And that indifference is really, oh, it surprised you. So she's standing back watching. Did you see this at your funeral? Did you expect more? No. What did you expect? What did you expect? Did you get what you thought was? You expected more patience? Hey. Okay. Even though they're sitting right here, they're not being very clear, which throws me off. Okay, which is fine. But at the same time, I think from what I can get, oh, okay, hold on. Jenny's just said she lived a long life, so I guess no one cried. You were happy for her, but I think she was expecting something other besides being happy. Literally, I think she dreamt of the day. Well, when I die, they're going to be crying because they miss me. I mean, do you understand? There's a particular posh attitude. Posh. What does that even mean? Did she have a certain air about her? Again, I feel she was standing there, and it's not that were you disappointed? Just point blank, were you disappointed? No. What were you then? You don't have a word. Go find the word. You were blushing. She said she was blushing at times. She was trying really hard to get your attention. She said, I was screaming at him. But then there goes back to this indifference. You were feeling indifferent? No. There was something, I guess, in her mind that she had thought of it to be that you were supposed to, this is what you really want to talk to him about? I suppose. Do you have anything else that you would, card? You'll do a card. Okay. Because, this is, okay. Here. Just pick a deck. Okay. I'll just pick a deck. She's showing me some antique jewelry around her neck. She says it wasn't antique when I had it. I didn't. She's laughing because I think I saw. She says because I'm insulted. But laughing. I don't get that one, but it's funny. What about a contract? Who's this for? With your own soul? Okay, so she's saying that she's in that part of the review where she gets to see what her soul contract looked like and why she acted the way she did, why they chose the parents that they did. Excuse me. And I don't know how she died, but I don't know why you're showing me your insides. Because who picked this up? Now, is this Jenny? This is the mother. So the mother picked up a resonant frequency from you. How many? One. And now it's broadcast. Okay, so what is the resonant frequency? Go to the next page. So your mother picked up when she was inside the womb. She's trying to figure out how to use my pendulum. Just go through me. She picked up the failure, which means if the mother was feeling failure when she's pregnant, it resonated. Because of the soul contract, the mother, your mother, picked it up as part of who she thought she was. And she just couldn't have, I feel like your mother just couldn't have fit people that were failures in her life around her, or she would draw failures to her. So I'm not sure how that goes. I just see this resonating broadcast, which means the broadcast comes out. It could, represent the two things I just said. Okay, so that is what she says, is that needs to be removed out of your mother so that she can begin to take down the hidden heart. Well, she apparently has a hidden heart wall too. 2B. See, this is why they like to feeling attacked. So your mother needs to get that being attacked, as far as the healing the heart wall, feeling attacked, and then rolling out the prenatal conception. And I do mean by rolling it out, it would be to have a healing. Okay. This energy is just swashed and swished. And so, Lenny, did you just say that you put money in my account? So did you put it in the Ellen account or the Brenda account? Because it doesn't show up in the Brenda account, so I'm assuming it must be the Ellen account. So it's up to you to let me know. Okay. Because if you have, you're next. Just tell me what you count. Okay. Okay. All right. So if you would like to let me know either way, whether it's there or here, communicate with me. Is there something in particular you want? What she did was pay for 11:11. She paid for 11 minutes and for $11. And the reason she gets to write on this is because she's my moderator. Someday, any wishes to talk, make fun, or whatever. Okay. Alrighty. Wait until I get an alignment. There's somebody hiding behind my stand. They're playing peekaboo with me, whatever that is. Oh, maybe it's your brothers. Is it your brothers? No. We are going to go there. It's about a particular outcome to be. Let me just find out what this is even about. Deprived. So you're deprived. And you are here for Lenore. Are you Lenore? How old are you, dear? You're 9 years old? Well, I know we know each other well enough, but to have your 9-year-old self, she's staying hid because it's toxic out there. I'm not sure what happened at 9. I'm not sure what happened at 9 because okay, it's just repeating. It's going behind. And I have to stay hidden because, okay, so we know that you're deprived, but is that why you're hiding? Okay. So she's being the moderator at the same time. That's why I lost connection. I'll have to wait till you come back, Miss Lenore. And so you know what happened at 9. Okay, so Jenny, just to let you know ahead of time, I put up my website. You scroll down and you'll see private readings. Someone trying to drown me in the pool. Okay, let me check. Sweetheart. Yes. They're still here. In her mind, the signature of this person, the type of person they were, that's what a signature is, their behavior and stuff. She still sees them. You have a tendency to keep drawing them into your life. Now remember, she's just a lens. You're real, but for you to see it would be through that lens, if that makes any sense. She says they wanted to disgrace me. She just showed me how she lost all her power. Who? The signature? You? Okay, so apparently you were going to do what you're going to do, and you had an agenda, and you were going to go do something, and then somebody basically stopped you in your tracks. And that power to do what you need to do with self-efficacy, okay, you understand what I mean? It's because this experience overshadowed your ability to achieve. Because you couldn't achieve, now you feel deprived because it feels like this person, the signature, is always making sure you're deprived. Yes, and it's that, and because of what's happened, she only sees it in the environment she's in. It's not happening in the environment you're in. Do you understand? But because this 9-year-old parallel of this timeline of yours is still quite active. It's active at this time because your soul is asking you to understand that you have a habit. So tell me more. You have a bashful nature. Again, this is her. It resulted of that. Then you became, how do I put it? You match the communication skills of whoever It is, because the last thing you want is to have that emotion kick in again. That's how you learn to interact with your environment, was, okay, I'm going to match them. But your spirit is saying that there's a lot of negative thinking, and what happens is that the talk is like a disdainful talk. You know, did you see what they did? You know, oh yeah, that's just wrong. I agree with you. They said that during that process, you lost your voice, you lost your ability to achieve, you lost that. And it's not lost as much as it is covered up with that heavy experience. So the development of that self-efficacy is arrested. Okay? When I asked them what should she address or to heal, they said that it's the overwhelm. So if you were to, do you want her to do this now? No. But we're going to do something. Understanding the sequences of events. Okay? You had an overwhelm. Clearly, it caused this result. The hiding behind and depriving yourself with self-imposed limitations, because if you were to be out front, like I am, then you're going to wait for that signature of that person to come along and overpower you again. And it's that overpowering energy. It's that sequence, that right there is the one that you remember the most. They say that it's really stuck into your self-talk. So it'd be the left side, I think lower right, where it is now you have to do negative self-talk. You can't support yourself. So when you're going after your dream, consciously, yep, this is my vision board. Yep, I'm thinking about all this. And you're feeling it in your heart and you're coming in alignment. And then all of a sudden, without being aware of the fact that the self-talk is negative, it don't sound negative to you. You're not aware of the way you communicate in just agreement, or it's like when somebody says something, you go, yeah, tell me about it. Don't seem like it'd be negative, but it's the tone and the timbre. So you have a self-talk in there that says you got to stay with within these limitations, because it's just going to be taken away. Oh, Lenore says this is what's happening now. That's why she's here, because she's saying, excuse me, the emotion is coming up. The emotion's coming up. I'm just going to ask, what do you want her to do? Clarify something. All right, what do you want her to clarify? The grief. Okay. Is Lenore, big Lenore, not understanding the grief? She fully is aware of it, but she doesn't quite get the grief talk. Okay. So your 9-year-old self is saying that you have to watch how you match those around you, and the frequency drops. Okay. What we want in the physical. People think it's all about high vibrations. It's actually, if you have high vibrations on the inside and low frequency on the outside, you'll actually get sick. You need to bring that oscillation of the frequency inside, so you have a high vibration, so that you twang like a tuning fork, so that you can find the rhythm where you're at. Because if you don't have that frequency, I don't care how high you vibrate, it's not going to change the tone. And the frequency is what keeps our body healthy and strong. It's the heart energy. It's the heart line. It's that connection to source. Okay, so it is the communication that you're doing that matches others, and you observe by absorbing and matching, and even though the adult you is like saying no, the younger one says, so you need to heal that overwhelm. You got to witness the grief, notice it differently. L2D to take care of that irrational, rational thinking, where it's, you're going to match them and it sounds rational, but it's actually very negative. That pattern of how to protect yourself. You become very self-conscious, as if they're watching your words, waiting for you to stumble and to correct you. Yes, and we're going to, how do you want to do that? She has a rhythm going on. How many? One? Okay, so how many? You have 3 dancing of the meridians. There's 3 that's causing it. A particular way of being. And we'll get to that. But you need to take care of that moment. You need to go to R3S, because a triple warmer keeps going back to reenacting that moment, which then causes the self-efficacy and the self-limitations and the arrested development to stay arrested. Notice that those that do the self-talk do a lot of self-loathing. And the signature of these people are, they'll tell you all about how they're the victim. Okay? When you hear that, there's a part of you that knows that you need to shut up, and you go into pattern. You have to go deprived in order to survive. Not the adult you anymore, because the younger one is asking, she's here. She's asking that you heal this so that she can go play like the younger kids that you healed in your past. Remember your 4-year-old you healed? Well, she wants to go play too. She's tired of living and repeating this particular moment. Okay, so I know you'll get with me and we'll work on it layer by layer. Okay, you're welcome, dear. All right, so I'm going to double check, see if anybody's paid. And then I know that I helped and I talked to those that I was supposed to. We're all good? All right, so now, like I said, I'm just going to double check to make sure everybody's paid. Or if they paid, then I would give them a reading. If not, then I'm going to say, I'm coming on tomorrow night. And I will be here at 9:30 on South Australia time, which I think is like 5:30 in the Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. Okay, so there was nobody else that paid. I thank you for all coming on to this spontaneous show. It was not expected, but Spirit had other plans. So, like I love to always say, and I love to send out my love and joy to you all, let us please, 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 please stay blessed.